Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Mike Biermeister. Members of Michigan's environmental and health groups joined forces to gain greater insight on the PFAS contamination problem. PFAS is a manufactured toxin that was used in firefighting foam during the 1940s that has since harmed many communities around the country. Elijah Baker has the latest on this growing issue in Iosco County.
Earlier this summer, we wanted to see how the PFAS contamination problem has been affecting Van Ness and Lake and how those toxins have been traveling underground and infiltrating the well water system here in Oscoda Township. Now, state officials are back yet again to look at how the contamination problem is affecting our wildlife and environment. Fish tend to attach themselves to the PFOS, or PFOS. They may swim in water with multiple chemicals in the PFAS family, but it's the PFOS that builds up in the fish that you eat.
So in July of this year, we received new data that did not change the guideline, but new data for largemouth and smallmouth bass. We've kept those at do not eat due to PFAS in the Osable River downstream of the Foot Dam.
Michigan's political, health, and environmental leaders gathered near Van Ness and Lake to understand contamination levels in the fish. They found issues with toxins at various sites.
There are consumption advisories. Some of it is due in part to PFAS, but it's largely due to mercury, actually, in Van Ness and Lake specifically.
Fish guidelines are posted online annually, but the issue of PFAS goes beyond the shoreline. Land animals came into question. The DNR is currently sampling the deer population to determine if there are any levels of PFAS that will potentially pose a risk to human health.
We took 4 sites throughout the state and said we need at least 20 deer from these locations where the deer could have come in contact with surface water that was contaminated with either the 2 analytes, PFAS or PFOA.
Those places were Gaylord, Alpena, Oscoda, and spots north of Kent County. Scientists are still researching possible wildlife contamination, but residents are told not to be alarmed. As you can see, local and state officials are still discussing the issue. Michigan is the only state in the country that has a formal procedure for testing PFAS-contaminated sites. In fact, families can contact the number listed right there on your screen to report any PFAS foam surfacing on your property. Reporting in Oscoda Township, Elijah Baker, WBKB News.